Schooner. What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fist Schooner while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Alright, look. Shout out to Joe Shane for coming through like 96 Jordan with 5 seconds on the clock earlier this week. Getting that Daniel Jones deal done. Franchise tagging Saquon Barkley. Joe Shane is he not in my good graces yet. But I see you, Joe. I'm watching. He ain't in my good graces yet. I'm still a little salty about the trade deadline. Still a little salty about the Bradbury situation last year. There's a couple things, the 5th-year option for there's a couple things Joe Shane I'm still salty at. But for the most part, I will say this. Joe Shane gives me hope that we're going to do a lot of the little things that Gettleman didn't. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by the little things that Gettleman didn't do is the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Our linebacking core. Our wide receiver position. I mean, Gettleman is the one who ruined the receiver position in the first place by trading Odell Beckham and signing old, crippled, overpriced Golden Tate. We ain't had a good receiver room since. So I'm going to trust that Joe Shane in his first real offseason is going to fix the holes, the wide receivers, the linebackers, interior offensive line. I'm going to trust that he's going to do the things that Gettleman couldn't do in 4 years or 5 years, however long we had old head in there. But, you know, last season doesn't really count for Joe Shane because Gettleman left him in such a bad spot. He couldn't do anything. He really couldn't do anything. This is his first real offseason with his scouting department. His first real offseason with some cap space. His first real offseason with his personnel and players in the building. You know, the Kayvons and the Bellingers and things of that nature. It's more his team now than Gettleman's. Last year was Gettleman and Judge roster with a different coaching staff. Let's call it what it is. So, one of the things that I didn't talk about because Daniel Jones is the earth, the moon, and the stars. Let's just call it what it is. Okay, when Kansas City fans, that's all they care about is Mahomes. If you're a Bills fan, all you care about is Josh Allen. So for me to dictate most of my coverage towards Daniel Jones, that's what you do when you have superstar, big-time quarterbacks. But a lot of people say they feel bad for Saquon. I don't. Not going to feel bad for a man that's just got $10 million guaranteed to him. Why would you feel bad for Saquon? I'm going to flip the script on y'all because y'all like Saquon. Y'all don't like Danny. Y'all hate Daniel Jones. So why would you want Saquon to hit the open market? Why? You know what I'm saying? When we can tag him and keep him a giant. Ain't that how y'all treated Daniel Jones? You know what I'm saying? That how y'all was treating Danny? Listen, let me tell you something. Y'all said, well, Danny, they made you an offer. How dare you fire your agency and ask for $45 million and all this other stuff. So here's what I'm going to say about the Saquon situation. Bruh, the Kamara contract ain't happening. The Christian McCaffrey contract ain't happening. If Saquon can get 13 mil, that's a W. I think 14 is pushing it. They offered him 12 mil at the trade deadline? At the buy. They offered him 12 million at the buy. He turned it down. If you can double back Saquon after the second half you had and get an extra mil a year, take it. I think a fair contract for Saquon Barkley, 3 years, $40 million. Who says no? That's what I'm thinking, Giants fans. 3 years, $40 million, 20 to 25 of it guaranteed, however they work it out. But that's more than Derrick Henry. That's more than Nick Chubb. That's putting some respect on his name. It's kind of how y'all said with Daniel Jones. But you can't give him Kyler Murray contract. He can't make more than Patrick Mahomes. Well, we're going to treat Saquon Barkley with that same energy. You can't make more than McCaffrey. You can't make more than CMC. So just how Danny had to settle for $40 million, which is like top 7. If my math is right, I think he's 7th in the league in pay right now. What's wrong with Saquon Barkley being the 3rd, 4th, or 5th highest paid running back in the league? What's wrong with that? And Saquon, I love you to death, and I want to keep you. I'm pro player. I believe in paying all of our players that earn their money. Darius Slayton can kick rocks. But if you're somebody like Saquon Barkley, if you're Daniel Jones, the Andrew Thomases, things of that nature, I believe in paying you. So I'm not anti-Saquon. I'm just calling it what it is. He has no choice but to sign a long-term deal with us. What's Saquon going to do? He's never healthy. Even last year, what was wrong with Saquon last year? Was it his shoulder or something? I forgot what was wrong with Saquon last year, but he had something wrong with him last year. He's never really healthy. Last year was the closest we've seen to Saquon staying on the field since and being productive. And staying on the field and being productive since his rookie season. So, like, Saquon's not going to play for $10 million in that franchise tag. Saquon, my prediction, Saquon's going to get $13 million a year, and everything's going to be smiling Hallmark cards in a couple weeks. I don't even think it's going to take long, because at the end of the day, Saquon Barkley's negotiating against himself. Daniel Jones can play for $32 million on a franchise tag, ball out, and get more money. Saquon Barkley can go lead the league in rushing, have 100 catches, and not get more money because he's a running back. What the running back market going to do? If Daniel Jones was franchise tagged, he can go throw 35 touchdowns and ask for $55 million. If Saquon Barkley can go lead the league in rushing next year, what he going to ask for? An extra $1 million? Who going to give him more than that? Who's giving running backs the bag? So it was like, if you Saquon Barkley, bro, get your money, my G. Take a little 13 million, 13.5, and keep it pushing, bro. Just keep it pushing. That's how I look at the situation. And I think that's how a lot of people are looking at the situation, because most running backs only get like 3-year deals, maybe 4 at the max. But running backs don't get long-term deals. Saquon earned his money. Joe Shane wants to pay him. We all want Saquon back. I think 13.5 is fair. I think 3 for $40 is fair. I think 3 for $40 for Saquon is fair. Now, if he want the outlier contracts, then God bless. He gonna have to wait another season to get it. And guess what? They can tag him next year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you're not the quarterback, I got news for you. If you're not a quarterback or a pass rusher, that franchise tag don't do you no favors. If you're not a quarterback, a pass rusher, corners is getting the bag a little bit too. So, if you get franchised as a corner, you might get you a bag. But if you're not a quarterback or a pass rusher, that franchise tag not helping you. Who cares about franchise tagging a running back? Who cares about franchise tagging a tight end? You know what I'm saying? The money really not like that. So there's really no pressure on the Giants to get a long-term deal done with Saquon. I think the pressure is on it's in Saquon's lap to say, you know what? Let me go ahead and get my guaranteed money, man. Let me go ahead and set myself up. And Saquon, I don't want to speak on your finances. I don't want to speak on your business, but you was popping that Bitcoin shit a lot. You were talking a lot about that Bitcoin crap, and that went in the tank. So go get your money, my G. Go get your money. I know that Bitcoin ain't work out too well for you, bro. Go get your money. But anyway, that's it. That's all, man. Subscribe to the unit if you rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.